I'll tell you this joke because I think it is so sort of representative of where this song originated. And before I tell you the joke, let me tell you this. I told this to both men and women, and they both equally find it funny, so I hope none of the women are offended by it. But if they are, I have several what I would consider to be pro-women jokes. I'm a Libra, and I need balance. And I like women. And have the utmost respect for them. But I think I used to think that maybe they were smarter, but now I think that we're both men and women, in light of the fact that we're humans, we're either equal or equally stupid. But anyway, here's the joke. A guy wins the $1 million lottery, which reminds me of another joke that I'll tell you real quick. This could take a while. Where the fuck are you going to go? It's a night, for God's sakes. I happen to know for a fact, because I hear it every 7/8 of a mile, that my gates are just closed. So, unless you're going to the casino. But anyway, it's about the folk singer that wins the $1 million lottery, and he plays gigs till the money runs out. Mickey Brown liked that one. But anyway, a guy wins the $1 million lottery, and he immediately gives the entire amount to charity. So that the next time he's praying, the Lord appears to him and says, geez, that was an amazing charitable thing and generous that you did. Selfless. Do you have any? I don't typically do this, but this caught me so off guard, even as God, and I see some strange shit. Insert Mitt Romney joke here. And I stay away from politics these days pretty good. But anyway, so do you have any requests? And the guy says, well, yes. As a matter of fact, I live in New York, and I love Hawaii, but I'm petrified to fly. Could you build a bridge from New York to Hawaii? And God said, well, yes, I could, but I have to be honest with you, logistically, it would be a nightmare. We'd have to, tear down buildings, put people out of their homes. Probably people would die. Would you have another request, a second request? And the guy said, I guess I'd like to understand women. And God said, would you like that bridge 2 lanes or 4 lanes? If you catch my drift. Now, for those of you ladies that think, geez, that was a... But I think a lot of women actually take pride in the complexity of it all. And that's all right. I have nothing. So here's one for the ladies. A woman is very, very happy, and she's jumping up and down on the bed, naked. And her husband comes in and says, what are you so happy about? She said, well, I just went to the doctor. Doctor told me that I have the breasts of a 40-year-old woman. No, wait, a 12. I just fucked that up. I just fucked that up so bad. Fuck. Damn it. Well, Rosebud's the sled. The Titanic sinks. In the crying game, she has a piece. Anyway, since I've blown it all for you. What's the one where the kid sees ghosts? No, he sees...
Sixth Sense.
Right.
That's it.
Right. I would blow that. I'm going to incorporate that one. Bruce Willis is dead.
Larson lives.
I never could understand, I'll get back to that. Do you think that maybe Demi Moore was pranking, what's his name?
Bruce? Oh, yeah.
Anyway, a woman's jumping up and down in the bed, And husband says, what are you so happy about? And she said, the doctor just told me I have the breasts of a 20-year-old woman. And he says, did he mention your 40-year-old ass? She said, no, your name did not come up. Blows the punchline, redeems the joke. Thank you very much. I thought that went very well. I try to do nice. I mean, those aren't really dirty jokes. Those are like, I mean, here's a dirty joke, but sort of. I mean, here would be an inappropriate joke. A little kid, like a 5-year-old kid, catches his mother in the bathroom naked and points between her legs and says, what's that, Mom? She said, well, that's where the Lord hit me with an axe. And the little kid says, ooh, got you right in the cunt, huh? Now that would be dirty. So I wouldn't tell him. By the way, I know a lot of you think, geez, he brings his boy with him, you know. This doesn't seem like good parenting. To which I respond, fuck you. Don't judge me. He's a straight A student, and I'm sure I'll get, you know, we know he's going to put me in the home. I'm a realist. I'll be that. I'll be in my Depends in the wheelchair, and I'll go, but I brought you to mind games. You won't give a fuck. Which reminds me, elderly man goes to confession, 90 years old. Says, I made love to an 18-year-old woman. Priest said, are you sorry for your sins? He says, hell no. He says, what are you telling me for? He says, I'm fucking telling everybody. 80-year-old woman in Florida with her toes in the water at the end of the dock. Elderly man approaches, sits down. She says, hey, I've never seen you before. You're new. I know everyone here. He says, yeah, I just got here. He says, really? Where you been? He says, well, I was incarcerated. I was in jail. She said, really? For how long? He said, about 30 years. 30 years? Really? How come? She said, well, I killed my wife. She said, so you're single? Elderly man. This is it, I swear to God. I swear to God. I can do it all night, though, as weird as this is. But an elderly man, I'd have a harder time playing the riff than I would telling the jokes, as weird as that is. But elderly man, he's in his deathbed. And this is it. He's going. And he smells, down coming up 2 flights of stairs from the kitchen, his wife is making those oatmeal raisin cookies that he loves, that she always makes for special occasions. And he says to himself, gosh darn it, for my last dying breath, I'm going to have one of those cookies. So he gets out of bed painstakingly, and he grabs his walker, and he has to go down 2 flights of stairs. Boom, boom, boom. He pauses sometimes and takes a breath. It's horrible, really. And he gets to the kitchen, and it's been 2 hours of work. And he sees her cooking those cookies. She's got her back to him. And he gets up there, and he reaches for one. She goes, those are for the funeral. I can't live without you, baby. Don't you know I don't wanna try? And I can't live without you, baby. Don't you know I'd just as soon die? All the shitholes we had, where the drinking was mad, all the mirrors we smashed, all the cars that we crashed, Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't that? And you once told me that I brought home every paroled felon in town. And I laughed when you told me that you thought they were a blast to have round. All the mornings on coke, all the years we were broke, all the loving till dawn, like a war raging on. Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't that? There's no other for me that I can talk to. I know we've been screaming, it's a thing we'll get through. Let's grow old together, baby. Don't you know we've made it this far? Let's grow old together, baby. Don't you know maybe we already are? All the years we've been wed, all our friends that are dead, all the dreams that came true, all the ones yet to do. Ain't that love? I have one more joke. Elderly couple, because this is in fact a song about going the distance in a relationship. And it can be, who knows, man, who knows, you know, it can be tumultuous. Elderly couple, they're crossing the country together. He's driving and he loves her. They've been married for 55 years. But she's hard of hearing, and occasionally he grows impatient. He loves her, but occasionally he grows impatient. So they pull into a gas station, and the gas station attendant sees the plates are from out of town and says, "Hey, you're from out of town." And the old lady says, "What'd he say?" And the old man says, "He notices we're from out of town." She says, "Oh." And the gas station attendant says, "Whereabouts are you from?" And the old lady says, "What'd he say?" And the old man says, "He wants to know where we're from." She said, "Oh." And the guy said, "We're from Syracuse, New York." And the gas station attendant says, "You know, I was in Syracuse one time. I gotta be honest with you. I had the worst piece of ass I ever had in my life in Syracuse, New York." And the old lady says, "What'd he say?" And the old man says, "He thinks he knows you." Ain't that love? Ain't that love? Ain't. I got one more.
Just one time now. Bring it on. Bring it on.
They've been married for 50 years. He loves her to death. They've been married for 50 years, and the anniversary's coming up, and he says to her, "I will give you anything you want. Money's no object, anything weird, anything you want. We'll travel, what do you want?" She goes, "Well, there is something I'd like to talk to you about." He says, "What's that?" She goes, "You know, I've never had an orgasm." The old timer says, "You're kidding me, really?" He says, "Nah, I felt weird talking to you about it. I didn't know, maybe it was my fault. I don't know, I felt." "What do you suggest?" he says. "What do you think about therapy?" she says. He says, "Absolutely." So they make an appointment with the therapist, and the therapist hears the entire story and says,